I would go ahead, enter short on this order block, stop right there, and I would target this order block right here. We get tagged in. Let's see if we get stopped. Perfect. And that is a 1.7R trade. When we go through historical data, we could find patterns that tend to repeat, and we could actually just copy and paste those concepts into live trading to ultimately make us profitable. If you're new to my channel, my name is VJ. I'm on the path to becoming a consistently profitable day trader. In these videos, I share my thought processes, my wins and losses to ultimately help you become a better trader. If you want to follow me on this journey, hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and let's jump into the back test. We always start trading at 8:30 right after news, so we're going to look for setups and see if there's anything that we can trade. On the 15-minute price came into this fair value gap, and it may potentially come into here. So we do have a bearish potential bias. I would see if I can enter in short here. So I did not get filled, so I would try entering in short on this order block, short here. I need to see it major displacement lower. The fact it's just hanging around here makes me just want to cancel out of this trade. The reason why I exited is because after price came to this mean threshold, I needed to see it displaced aggressively. The fact it didn't meant that I was likely offsides, or it wasn't as bearish as I would have liked it to be. So I decided to get out. So on the 15-minute, what happened is the bodies of the candle actually respected the CE of this fair value gap. Right now in the higher time frame, I don't know where price wants to go. I do see sell side liquidity here and buy side liquidity up here. So let's say price goes up, it sweeps this liquidity. Let's see if it displaces below this swing low right here. Perfect, that's exactly what we want to see. So now we are in a bearish program. I would go ahead, enter short on this order block, stop right there, and I would target this order block right here. We get tagged in. Let's see if we get stopped. Perfect, and that is a 1.7R trade. So after we exited this, let's see what happens. All right, so now it took out buy side. I want to see if it wants to swing below this, take out this liquidity. There is a change of character right here. Now I want to enter in on this fair value gap or this order block, and this is where I personally struggle because the better entry would be on this order block, right? Tighter stop, but a more likely entry is this fair value gap. So I'm going to go with the better entry, as in if I don't get filled, okay, that's fine. And then I want to target this gap right here. So let's see if I get filled. Okay, so actually it doesn't matter whichever entry I chose, it would have not gotten filled. And that's okay, that's why we're doing this, right? The whole point is to see how often these patterns repeat so we can be more comfortable when we place these trades. It took out sell side liquidity here, and underneath we have this fair value gap on the 15-minute. So we could potentially try entering in short here, putting a stop up here if we are projected to go lower, and yeah, comes right to our spot. Let's see what I could have learned from this. Price came right to this order block and it decided to go lower. I think that would have actually been a pretty good potential trade, and we could have targeted these lows right here for a 3.5R trade, or if we want to be aggressive, we could have targeted the actual fair value gap from the 15-minute for a 7.5R trade. Let's go to the 15-minute chart and see what happened here. Price did come into this fair value gap. Price swept liquidity. It displaced lower, took out the swing low. I think that's the reason why we should have entered in short. Here it is on the 5-minute. Price took out liquidity. It displaced below here, making it a change of character. And so after it did that, this actually makes sense for why it is a good quality short. It's about using the higher time frame biases to help you understand the narrative so then we can make better trades. So yeah, this would have been a trade I missed, but it could have been a pretty lucrative trade with very minimal risk. So we are within a range, and this means no trades. So we broke below it. Now it looks like price wants to go lower. What we could have done is entering a short on this order block, putting a stop right there, and we could target right underneath these lows. And there we go, we would have profited. So it took this out. Now let's see if there are any kinds of trades. Price comes right into this order block. And this could be potentially another short, and then we could target these lows if we are continually bearish. And there we go, we would have gotten tagged in and would have profited for a 2.5R trade. Okay, so it took out liquidity. It broke above here, so I think there's a change of character. There's a fair value gap here, so I would actually try to enter in long right here, put a stop below here, and I would want to target these highs right here. So let's see if we get tagged in. Okay, so we would have gotten filled right here. I think we're gonna get stopped. Okay, we're still in, and yeah, we got stopped. So let's go back and see what happened. So even though there was a potential change of character here, price stopped right here at the main threshold. It was not as aggressive as we would have liked it to be continually bullish. Plus we're only looking at the 1 minute chart. Basically we need to zoom out, look at the larger drawn liquidity, and the larger drawn liquidity was the sell side on the 15 minute. Okay, so just took out sell side. I see an order block here. Now we need to see if we are still bearish. The fact that we took out sell side, I probably would not enter into any more shorts right now, but on the 1 minute it is consolidating. It is showing willingness to go higher. It did take out the swing high, took this out as well, and after that price comes into this order block and shows willingness to go higher. We close it above the main threshold here, which means there is potential bullish price action. So let's see if there is any entry models here. Price came to the CE, still nothing for me. There is a 3 drives pattern, 1, 2, 3, and then it shoots up. So this might potentially be a potential good longs, but still nothing that I would want to trade yet. There we go. Price came stopped right at the main threshold here, and then it shoots up. Create an order block here, and it shows willingness to go higher. Price actually comes right to this order block right here, and it takes out the buy side liquidity. And if we're looking at the 15 minute, prices came, swept the sell side. Now it wants to go higher. It's actually with all this other buy side liquidity up here, so I think it wants to go up a little more. So here there's nothing I would trade. We are already at the buy side liquidity, so I need to wait for the liquidity to get swept before entering in short. Perfect, took out liquidity. Now let's see where it wants to go. Good, so price actually came right into this order block and looks like it wants to continue going higher. So let's see if it takes us out. Takes it out, let's see if we can enter in long on this order block. But then again, price actually came right into this bearish order block, so I probably would not enter in long right here. I do see a bearish order block right here, so I want to see how we can participate in that. There is an order block right here we could try potentially getting long on. Tight stop. Price should not go below here. If it does, we're wrong. We could target this gap. Let's see if we get filled. No fill, and price does get to where we were targeting without us, and that is part of the game. I guess my problem with entering in here, it did sweep liquidity, is that there is some more liquidity here. Price could have very well come down into this fair value gap or into this area before it continued going up. So I did not feel comfortable putting my stop right here with the rest of sell side liquidity. And it continues taking out liquidity up here, continue going higher. There we go. Now that price went down, so let's see what happened. Right here looks like there is a change of character, so let's see if there's a short opportunity here on this gap and this order block. And I target these lows. Let's see. And never mind, it is 4 o'clock. The reason why we trade like this is to go through historical data, figure out what went right, what went wrong, so we could actually just copy and paste some of these principles into our live trading. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, you're going to love this video.